In our previous video, we went through customizing our pay sheets in detail. Now, similar to the way we can customize our pay sheets, we can as well customize our pay slips, and we can do a host of things with our pay slips. So let's start with our May fixed rated payroll, and there's also quick access for pay slips. Now, if I open the pay slips, this is what our pay slips interface look like, and there are a host of filter options on the right side. So again, payment method, if I select bank, it will load up all the employees that have a bank account that we pay to. You can specify how many pay slips you want loaded, and you can filter or search by employee. So again, let's say we wanted to see Pat's pay slip. If I filter by Pat, we see only Pat shows up here. And then you have the other standard filter, branches or departments, as you're customizing your pay slip. Now, similar to our pay sheet as well, if we wanted to, let's say we have a large number of employees and we wanted to group them by a branch and see everybody who is, all the pay slips for a specific branch should show up, and then the other branch and the other branch like that. There's a group by option in Techlify HR on your pay slips page that allows you to do that. So if we say, hey, group this by department, what happens is that we start with our engineering department. We'll see everybody within engineering, and of course we only have a single employee in our test site here, but for your pay slips you'll see all of your engineering team members, and then you come down to your operations department, all of your operations team member, and so on. Similar to that, we can group by branch, so you can as well see team member by branches. So we see everybody from Berbice, and then everybody from Demerara, and of course these are sorted in alphabetical order. Now, let's say we wanted to customize our pay slips as well. Right, so if we on this pay slip we don't pay commission, so if I wanted to remove commissions, so I can go non-taxable commission and taxable commission, so I wanted to remove those fields, I can remove them, and you'll see they disappeared from the salary information section here. However, there is a problem with just removing the fields. If I browse out, so I browse to the payrolls page, and let's go back to our May payrolls pay slips. I come back here, and you will see that the commissions field show up even though I'd removed them earlier. So once again, I need to go to non-taxable commission, remove that, and then taxable commission, remove that. Now, in order to remember this, Techlify HR has the ability for you to save a payslip format. So I'm going to go ahead and save this as Fix-Rated Payslip. So now I have a payslip format that is saved. So if I browse out and then I browse back in to our payslips, you will see that the commission values, sorry, it's using default format. Let me switch to my format. Yeah, you'll see that the default values are no longer there. I wanted to customize this a bit more. We don't need an employee's age on their payslip because they already know that. And we also want to keep our payslips a bit simple for our employees. So we don't want the NIS employer. Let's remove that. We also don't have any contributions, so I'll remove contributions, employee and employer. And we want to keep PAYE as a single field, so we'll remove PAYE rate 1 and rate 2. Now, of course, we've made some changes there to our format. So what we need to do here is to update the payslip format, the same fixed rated format. Go ahead and update that. So again, Techlify HR removes that format, and I need to remove a couple more columns. So this is a fixed rated payroll, so we don't need time-based columns. So I'll go ahead and remove timesheet days. We don't need that. We don't need hourly rate, weekly rate, daily rate. So remove weekly rate, daily rate, and hourly rate. And we also don't need normal work hours here. So I'll remove all of those fields, update this payslip format once again, and there you go. We have a payslip format that we can keep reusing every single month when we're creating our payroll. Now, similar to that fixed rated payslip, let's go into our time rated payslip. So I can go back to payslips here for the time rated payroll. So this is with Jenny Albion and John Ayton, and we can actually shortcut the customization. So I can use the fixed rated payslip format. It has the adjustments from the fixed rated format, but we do remember that we want to have, in a time rated payslip, we need to have our daily rate, hourly rate, and our weekly rate, as well as timesheet days on this format. So what I will do is, based on our fixed rated format, I will now save a new format and call this time rated format, and I hit save here, and our new time rated format gets selected. So we do have a new pay sheet format selected for our time rated employees. All right, now one thing you might have noticed is that our time rated payrolls, and let me open that in a new tab, our time rated payroll that we had looked at earlier, sorry, our fixed rated payroll, if I go to payslips, you'll see the design is different from the one. This is our fixed rated with John and our time rated with Jenny. The design is different, and this is so because in Techlify HR we have 3 different designs that come by default. So you'll notice that in the fixed rated payroll with John, we have a 3-column simple design we're using, and in our time rated payroll with Jenny, we're using the vertically stacked. However, you can change these as you need. So I can just say, hey, show me the 3-column simple, and you'll see this gets adjusted automatically here. And the cool thing is that Techlify HR links this to your format. So if I go back to payslips here, you will see that the system remembers that for the time rated, we just changed the design rather, to 3-column simple, so it remains there. So that's how you go about customizing your payslips. Now, another thing we might want to do is to email or send out payslips to employees. So in order to do that, I can go to payroll, and I don't have an email for my team members here. So let me go ahead and approve this payroll. Now, once you approve it, we talked about these options. However, I don't have an email address for these employees, so no email will go out. So let me just go to John's profile quickly. And what I'll do is I will add an email to John's profile. I'll go ahead and hit save. And if I go back to this fixed rated payroll that we approved, I can go ahead and email and notify John. Now, once you hit email and notify, you'll see the status of the email. So Techlify HR provides you with that status. And what email and notify means is that any employee with an email will receive an email of their payslip. And for the team members who have Techlify HR self-service mobile app, they will receive a notification, and they will be able to view the payslip directly in our mobile app. So you can do this employee by employee the way I did for John, or there's an email and notify option at the top here. If you click this, emails go out to all of your employees. All right, so that's how you can go about sending emails to employees, and I wanted to show you what this email may look like. So the email that I just sent out to John, here I've received it in my Gmail. You get the payslip for the period, and hi John Doe, and you'll see the payslip comes to my email in the exact format that we would have selected on the payslip view page. So you'll notice that PAYE rates are missing here because John is fixed rated. The weekly work days, hourly rate, all of those columns that we removed are no longer here. And along with the data in the email, there is also a PDF that becomes available to John with his payslip. And if John was using Techlify HR Mobile, he will also be able to access this payslip in this exact format on his mobile phone. Now, if I just refresh this page here, we'll see something really cool happening because Techlify HR has email tracking. So we'll be getting status updates. So this takes a couple of seconds, but we'll browse back here and we'll see what the status is. Now, last but not least, you do have the ability to print payslips. If you need to print these for team members, you can hit the print button and you'll be able to just select your printer and print the payslips. Or if you wanted to get it as a PDF, we give you some guidance, but the simple form is that you right click and print, or you hit the print button as well, and Google Chrome provides you a save as PDF option where you can just download this as a PDF. Now, there are a couple of customizations that you can do when printing a payslip. So if you want, by default it's set to being 2 per page. What that means is that if I hit print here, you'll see 2 payslips show up per page. So John's payslip and Patrica's payslip show up here. However, if you wanted 1 per page, you can do that as well. If I go there, you'll see 1 payslip is shown on each page. And of course, you can customize your page sizes. And then some organizations might want duplicate payslips. So if you can just select duplicate there, and again, if I go to print, you'll see John, so 2 copies of John payslip, and then Patrica. So you have 2 of each payslip on a page. So these are some ways that you can customize the payslip for printing, and of course everything I just showed you for printing there will also remain the same on PDF. Now let's just, before we close the video, let's just go back here. This is not updated, but over time you'll notice that there is an update and you will see that it's sent, and you'll also notice that John has opened this email because I did open it on my end.